Esta reunión está siendo grabada.
Hello everyone, I'm Stephanie Acevedo Castañeda. In this opportunity, I'm going to talk about my task for the reporting the research project. This is my web page, my website. I create this page with the tool wix.com. Please remember that my research was virtual teaching of Spanish as a foreign language, an employment option for graduated and reservist teacher of the degree program in English as a foreign language at UNAD. Methodological approaches, didactic materials, virtual teaching tools, and platform to teach. The first thing I want to say is please see this funny video.
Uruguay a ese olor le dice chivo. El diccionario define al chivo como una cabra.
Related with my research. Okay, as you can see here in my give me a moment, in my menu bar, you can see all the sections or the stages from my investigation, my research. For example, the first section is about the introduction and objectives here. Next, the theoretical framework. You can see in this part. The statement of the problem here, organized of this way. Significance of my study. If you want, you can see this video. It's about reasons to learn Spanish for foreigners. There is a lot of them. Here you can see my significance of my study. Now the literature review, all the investigation ID about methodological approaches. You can see the direct method, a brief description about it, the grammar translation method, audio-linguistic method, total physical response method, the communicative approach. What is Creation is one of the authors who have more highlighted to use the communicative approach to teach foreign languages. And the flipchart. This is a new method, very interesting. Also, you can see in this part the literature review, the didactic material for teaching Spanish as a foreign language. You can see which textbooks you can use to teach Spanish online. Movies and short films, why to use these resources, songs, comics, escape rooms. And in this third part, you can see virtual teaching tool for Spanish as a foreign language. This is a list of application and digital tools for teaching ELE. Was provided by the Ministry of Education of the Spanish government. This list was organized and resumed in this periodic table. As you can see, there are a lot of apps organized in different sections. For example, content creation in blue color. You can see Genially, Canva, Powtoon. You can use these apps for other subjects different to the languages. For example, in the green section, you can see the evaluation and gamification tools that you can use for whatever class. If you step, for example, in one of them, you can see a brief description in Spanish and the website direction to go to them. And finally, I list some virtual platforms to work as a teacher or tutor of Spanish as a foreign language, such as italki, Preply, Verbly, Amazing Talker, Lingoda, and Glasscamp. And I explain what do you need to apply in these platforms. Okay, let's continue here. In the next section, you can see the previous studies. I need to move this small screen. No, for here. You can see here my methodology. Remember that this is a kind of review research. And now let's see the main purposes for this video. This is my survey and my results here. So if you click on this icon, you can see the survey in Google Forms. For example, here, this is my survey. My survey has 12 questions, and I apply this survey to 12 people. So I did these questions. First, have you ever considered teaching Spanish as a foreign language as a good job option? The optional answer is yes or not. Do you consider that being a native Spanish speaker is enough to teach language? To teach our mother tongue, that is Spanish, it is necessary to speak English. Fourth, do you consider that having knowledge of the English language is an advantage for teaching Spanish to foreigners? Number 5, do you consider that both face-to-face and virtual teaching are equally effective? 6, what methodologies and or approaches used in teaching English do you think can also be effective in teaching Spanish as a second language? 7, what virtual strategy used in teaching English do you think can also be effective in teaching Spanish as a foreign language? 8, what virtual platform for teaching Spanish as a foreign language do you know? 9, what qualification study must people have to teach on this platform? And there are some answer options here. 10, apart from those platforms, how else do you think you can recruit foreign students interested in learning Spanish? 11 question, what do you think is the fair price of a 1-hour Spanish class in dollars? 12, how much would you like to earn per month as you Spanish tutor? That is how many hours per month in what price? Dollars. Okay, so regarding to my results. Give me a moment here. In the web page, you can see the results here. Click in this icon and you can see in a drive all the results. First, analyzing and interpreting the data, the survey. So as you can see in the circular diagram, that represents the answer to the first question. All participants who are pre-service and graduate teachers at UNAP answer yeah. That is to say that all of them during their development as professional in the area of English as a foreign language have considered at some point teach their native language. That's it's Spanish. To foreigners, in perhaps they think the parallel of to teaching of English, teaching Spanish would also be a good option of job. Here you can see the answer for the second question. This graphic shows us that 91.7% of the surveyed people consider that being native Spanish speaker is not enough to teach this language. Only 8.3% of them are in a position when considering that if you know a language at a native level, it is enough to teach it. Here in the graphic number 3, it can be said that 50% of the people surveyed consider that to teach Spanish as a foreign language to people from other nationalities, it is necessary for the teacher to speak English of their second language, since it would be a great tool to communicate in case of having doubts about any expression, vocabulary, grammar rules in Spanish, for example. And the remaining 50% consider that it's not necessary, which may be because they consider teaching Spanish with other methods such as direct or natural methods. Now here in the graphic 4, all of the participants consider that knowing English that provide the Spanish tutor or teacher with advantage to teach to foreigners. For the reason I said before, because you can explain complex topics to foreigners in English when they don't understand you in Spanish. Now in the graphic number 5, you can see the position are slightly divided since it is observed that 66.7% of the participants consider that both face-to-face and virtual classes are equally effective. However, the remaining 33.3% think otherwise. It is possible that this last group consider that one of the two teaching modalities is more effective than the other. Now, in the sixth question, I did a chart, and after I did a graphic. As you can see, all results in resume. So, the teacher in training and the graduate teacher provide multiple answers. It seems that they consider that most of the approaches and methodologies used in teaching English are equally effective in teaching Spanish. None of them were more inclined towards the communicative approach and the total physical response, as you can see here, for example. 3 people answered that communicative approach is more effective in equal natural approach and total physical response, for example. Now, in the question number 7, you can see again a chart with the information provided by the participants and a diagram. So in the question number 7, the answers are quite divided. The participants provide multiple virtual strategies for teaching Spanish. However, half of them, 50%, highlighted the use of interactive games and educational pages such as Genially, for example, the EducaPlay, Kahoot, or quizzes. The other 50% are more inclined to use forums, audiobooks, music, games, and flashcards, and others. Now here, in the question number 8, you can see again a chart to organize the information and the graphic. So here, these results reveal that half of the respondents, 50%, don't know platform where they can work as a Spanish teacher. The remaining 50% divide the responses into platforms such as Duolingo with a 20%, Preply 10%, Verbally 10%, and Lingua 10%. Now in this graphic, in the answer to the question 9, it is observed that 80% of the participants consider that a person who wishes to function as a Spanish teacher or virtual platform must have a professional degree in that field. Since to the total, 33% consider that a degree in Spanish as a foreign language is necessary, and the 33% believe that they should at least have a degree in language. Only 80.3% of those surveyed consider that you only need to be a native Spanish speaker, and the other 80.3% believe that you only need to have a training in virtual environments. Now, this is the result for the question number 10. Here you can see a chart or table and a diagram. So here, according to the results obtained, it can be stated that 40% of the respondents consider that social media is the best option to recruit Spanish students, and 10% think that the best option for these are the rooms of chat Another 10% consider that the best recruiting strategy is blogging. 20% of the surveyed people affirm that the recruitment of a Spanish student must be done within the different university program, and the remaining 20% don't know or no response. As you can see here now, blogs, social media, in color blue, chat rooms, language program in different universities in the color yellow. Now, in this bar diagram, you can see the answer related with the thing research, learning research. Here is the amount of the dollars they consider is a fair price for the hours per class. So some people consider the class price must be between $10 and $15. Others consider it $20 is fair price. For example, two people answered that. Other people don't know what is the answer, etc. And finally, here you can see the results for the question number 12. Here you can see that 50% of the participants would like to earn between $1,000 and $3,000 per month by teaching Spanish online. I consider personally that it's possible if you focus in Spanish and improve your method and be creative. Okay, now analysis of the bibliography of information collected. There are many methodological approaches focused on different communication skills, and students with different mother tongues. However, by word limit, a selection had to be made of the most popular methods today. Because, for example, IMES takes based learning as a method, but it's very effective. But the time is short, so I resume. Some method I said before was direct method, grammar translation method, audio linguistic, total physical response, communicative approach, and flipped classroom. Regarding to the didactic materials, familiar options were also found, but the most prominent ones of that by experience different authors are more suitable since they provide significant learning as well, as found are ebooks. For example, Nuevo L, Español en Progreso, Gramática en Uso, y Prisma manuals. Other was fields and short fields, songs and comics. So here. There are many digital tools I showed you before in a periodical table, and is organized in different sections by colors. Finally, it was found the most prominent platform for offering services Spanish. I said before, Italki, Preply, Berlin, Amazing Talker, and Mimi. Now, let's see our conclusion of this research. So, through this study, some of the most outstanding methodological approaches among teachers of Spanish as a foreign language were brought together. The didactic materials that have proven to be more effective for the development of different communication skills in early virtual education. The most useful virtual tools for teaching Spanish classes online were also identified. And finally, 6 of the most prominent online teaching platforms today was brought together. However, it is necessary to analyze many more articles, many more research, for example, studies, to gather more information that can be crucial for teachers who want to start working as a teacher of Spanish in a virtual mode and online. I recommend this a lot. For example, I teach right now Spanish in Preply, and I earn some important dollars. And in that crisis moment, it's important for us to have this good job option. So this is my research. what method we can use, what didactic material we can use, what virtual tools you can use in English, in Spanish, in Portuguese, in whatever thing. What other supports my study, my research, and that's all. That's all for now. And in what platform you can work as a teacher of English, of Spanish, of English, of whatever thing. So I hope this information be useful for you. And that's all for now. Thank you. And I'm so sorry for my pronunciation mistakes. Bye and see you in the next occasion or opportunity.